Buongiorno, bonjour, good morning, thank you. Um, First of all, I would like to thank you, the organization, for inviting me to be here. I'm glad. I'm glad to be here with you all for these 3 days. I'll try to be very brief because many things have been said already. And so basically, I want to draw two big lessons, or what I think they are lessons, and also give some general ideas that have been pretty much dealt by our friend Andrea and also William mentioned before. So I'll try not to talk for more than 4 minutes, and hopefully I'll have another 4 minutes later to say all the important things. Um, the first lesson, I can just give it right away. It's it's that we are very optimistic, which is good. I mean, being optimistic is good. A very good indication of that is that for 1 hour panels, each of the 6 speakers want to talk for 30 minutes. That's a very good indication of how optimistic we are. Being optimistic, as I said, is good, but we cannot lose track of reality. So that would be the first lesson. Even before saying my name, just being optimistic is good, but please do not lose track of reality. I am, as Jean-Charles mentioned, I work for the province of Barcelona, which chairs the Decentralization and Local Self-Government Committee of UCLG, United Cities and Local Government. This organization, I can go into detail later if we have time, but basically there's a geographical structure and also a thematic structure. So this committee, the Decentralization Committee, is part of this thematic structure with the general objectives and many initiatives, but I just want to be very fast. This is some data that we produced, and it gives us an idea of the amount of money, the percentage that local governments spend around the world. Obviously, those are very big numbers, and it's very difficult to be representative. But here, what we see is that in some parts of the world, local governments spend more money than in other parts of the world. And also, we can see that the expenditure is always bigger than the revenue. So basically, local governments have problems to collect money, and then they end up spending more money than the money they collected. So that's a big problem. That's a big problem, not only in the Mediterranean region, just all over the world, we can say. Once that is said, and probably I think that's the biggest problem that local governments are dealing with, just some general ideas about power and territory, because we do talk about decentralization, saying that it's a good thing, that there's some risks that they will already mention, but we cannot forget that talking about decentralization is talking about power, territory, and population. And there's different states with different sizes. They are diverse. So there's different degrees of diversity in each state. But I just want to make a very quick point about how local governments are very important all over the world, but especially in the Mediterranean. The Mediterranean region has been traditionally a region of cities. Cities have been important. Rome was the capital of the Mediterranean, has been the most important city, this beautiful city. But we have Istanbul, we have Alexandria, we have Barcelona. So cities have been important from many centuries ago, and they most likely will remain important. Two quick ideas about decentralization. Decentralization is a process, or maybe processes in plural. And decentralization is different from delegation or deconcentration. It's not the same to give you power and money, or to say somebody, some local government, here is what you are going to do. That is not real decentralization. So just bear in mind that decentralization is not the same as delegation or deconcentration. Already the subsidiarity principle that was mentioned before as well, just a quick idea, it's more of an anecdote maybe. The subsidiarity principle is basically something that backfired the European central state. Because with the creation of the European Union, the states said, wait, we're creating this European Union, but we don't want the European Union to deal with everything. The subsidiarity principle is very important because we are closer to the people than the European Union, than Brussels. So we states, we have to do a lot of things, and thus, here we have the subsidiarity principles. But then local and regional governments said, hey, wait, maybe we shouldn't stop this principle at the national level. So I do think it's a very interesting principle, but I would say it's something that backfired central states. Again, just a word on we talked the first day about PPP, and I think that's very important. Decentralization does not mean privatization. It's not the same. Decentralization is public, the public sphere, public administration. And privatization is something completely different. It doesn't mean they cannot work together. They should work together, but just bear in mind, it's not the same. Why should we decentralize? Just some ideas. They've been already discussed. Also, a moral rationale was added, which I'm not going to deal with that because I'm not good on that front. But there's a democratic rationale, the strengthening of legitimacy, and improved civil society and citizen participation. But there's also, as mentioned, an economic rationale for this. And I'm just finishing with this, which talking about competences and resources. So it's very important to understand that the political structures in each country are they are the result of negotiations, fights, agreements. It's very difficult. But I want to emphasize that point, which is that there is a need to collect taxes. So this, I think this is from a song from the Beatles that says that money can buy love, which is true, I guess, but it can buy a better state. It can help to build a better state. Depending on the amount of fiscal pressure, depending on the amount of the percentage of the money that the administration has, we can only try to survive as a state, or we can try to fight poverty if we have more money, or we can even try to get some basic universalism. As you can say, well, Mediterranean countries, the southern Mediterranean countries are not doing that bad in terms of percentage. Obviously, European countries are a little higher, but I think that the collect taxes is very important. Let me just finish. This is it. For my first part, then the important part, as I said. But the second lesson, it's something that a basketball coach said once in Spain. And in Spain, as you know, we're very good at playing football. We just won the European World Cup, and we have Messi and FC Barcelona. We're very good at football. But before winning that, the national basketball team won the championship. And when the guy was there just to be greeted, and he was giving his speech, everyone was expecting a very long and nice speech, and the basketball coach said only one thing. He got there and yelled, "Basketball," not football. And he left. Everyone was surprised. So basically, I just wanna finish by shouting democracy. That's it. Thank you.